YouTube. So you can see that it didn't take Bullseye very long to mess up my vacuuming here. So I'll have to do some more vacuuming then. But anyway, today's got a little something different. And you know, with an old guy there's always a story. So I'm going to give you the story. This is what I know. This is a, for all intents and purposes, you could call it a cutting board, but actually what Sally uses it for is to roll out dough and to cut cookies on it and stuff. Now, the story that goes with this is that her brother, who lives in Arkansas, and we're in Pennsylvania, made this for his mother, so Sally's mother, back when he was in high school sometime. So I'm not sure of what his age is. I think he's probably around 65, I want to guess, 66. But either way, Sally's brother made this for his mom. And through the years, since he was in Arkansas, I guess when the mom died, you know how it is, you divvy up a couple of cherished memories. And this is what Sally, one of the things that Sally had gotten. So it had split here, and you can see that this has broken apart here. Now this is cherry wood, which is good. I just planed this, that's why it looks so light. There were years and years of flour stuck in the grooves and flour in it, and I wanted to get that off so I could get some linseed oil or something on here that's better than what it is. So I want to repair this for it. Now this is the one thing nice about having your own lumber yard and sawmill, which is that I have cherry over there in my greenhouse drying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to replace and make two of these new ends here since they're split. They could probably be glued, but if you look in there, there's so much flour and stuff caked in there, I'd probably never get a good seal. So I'm going to take these two boards over to the greenhouse, pick out a piece of cherry that'll fit that, and then I'll go and work those so that I can put this together again. This is something I love doing, and I love the history behind it. Sally had a wonderful mother and father, and the brothers and sisters are good to me. I don't have any problems with them. So being able to make this, fix this for her makes me feel good. I'd rather if her brother would fix it, but he's, too far away, and I don't know if he's into woodworking, but it doesn't matter. It's the thought of the thing, and technically I really don't want to replace these, but I'm going to because they're just not going to hold up. So I'm going to go over, find some cherry, like I say, that'll make these, and then I'll go work and cut them out and stuff, and put this cutting board back together for her so she has what she wants. Now you can see where I glued that joint. It's still wet, and I'm going to leave it sit there for an overnight at least for it to get hard. By that time I should have these made, we'll see, and then we'll go from there. But these old things, this is an antique. If I had to guess, you're looking at probably 50 years old without a doubt. And it's had 50 years of making cookies on it, probably, I don't know, 30 years from her mom and another 20 years from Sally making cookies on this and stuff. So it's a real pleasure to have this from her family, and we want to keep it. Yes, we can easily go buy another cutting board, but that's not the point. The one thing nice about this cherry is you can see the patina on it, how actually dark a color it got. But even though I would have liked to have kept that color, I needed to get the grains of it cleaned out from all those years of oil and flour and stuff on there, and I think I've pretty much done that. So I'm going to leave that dry, get hard, and like I say, I'll make these. Okay guys, so I found this piece of cherry. It's going to be plenty big enough, wide enough, thick enough to make these pieces. So I'm going to use this. Now I took this, this was a 1x3. It's already shrunk down to 7/8 of an inch thick due to the kiln. I got this out of the kiln. I thought I had some in the greenhouse here, but I didn't. Well, I do have some cherry, but it's not the right size. It's 2 inches thick and it's not dried enough yet. So I'm going to just take this. You can see it's very close to the edge of the tree, but there's still plenty of wood, nice wood in here to make these two pieces. So I'm going to take this, cut it into size, run a groove through it, and then do some sanding on it, and I should be in good shape with that. So it's probably going to take me a little while to do that. These cases are laying up here because I didn't get them put away from the Christmas decorations yet. Same thing with that one. But it is nice having the sawmill. I mean, I used the sawmill, cut all the molding, I got my plan accomplished. But here's what we have here. Standing over here, we've got maple. We've got all red oak, red oak, red oak on the bottom. Then I come to a pile of maple, then there's hickory, and then more red oak, and a little bit of white oak. And on the top here, this is cherry here, and the board underneath it. It's really, really nice having this stuff on hand, knowing you're not going to pay $100 for a board. This is a piece of nice heartwood here. Now this has some the outside wood on it, but it's wide enough to get. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I think I'm going to come down to this end. This has some hardwood and some sapwood on it as well. So I'm just going to take the best piece of this right in the middle here. Okay, so I'll save that pieces of cherry for something else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip these down into the width I need here. And then I'll shape them, cut the groove in them. Alright, so 2 inches. I'll go with 2 inches. So I'm going to rip these two down to 2-inch boards. Okay, so these are the two old ones. These are the two new pieces. Now they're a little bit thicker. I actually used the table saw to cut the middle out. I'll just get that out of there with a 1/4-inch chisel that I have down at the garage. I'm up at the house because I have my table saw up here. But these are going to be good. I'm going to cut them to length a little more precise now yet with this miter saw. And then I'll take them down and run them through the planer down there and round off the edges, and they should be good. Okay, so we're down at the garage again, and we've got these two pieces cut and ready to fit in there. So I'm going to glue them and clamp them into place. And then we're just going to leave it set. And we'll go from there. Okay, so we're all clamped up there. Everything's clamped together. And it's just a matter of letting everything dry. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll take a sander and round off the corners and stuff. It looks like that's all that was originally done to it. No router work or anything, so just round them off with a belt sander. Sand the top a little bit to get the glue off of it. That might be on top. And once I have a nice flat surface there, it's fairly flat already, then I'll just go ahead and put some, I think it's boiled linseed oil if I'm not mistaken. I know I have it on the shelf over here. I get confused with that, and there's another one too. I forget what it is at the moment. So yeah, there's nothing like working on an antique. The one good thing about this is it was so old that the glue was actually brittle. So it pretty much came apart very easily. Although there was one glue joint there that would not come apart, and I didn't want to press it. So the other ends came off. So unfortunately I did have to replace the two ends. Had a little knot in this one. I actually like the looks of it. Solid knot. So that's what Sally's going to get. I'll drill a hole in there to hang it up. Not that we do hang it up. I think she keeps it in a cabinet. But at least it'll be true to its original design then. You know, antiques, no matter how simple, have a lot of meaning to people. And what happens is when my wife, when Sally rolls out dough on this board, she starts talking about old times, and she loved her old times. She had a pretty good childhood. I mean, she went from the Ukraine to the United States, so you know there was a little turmoil back in those days. But regardless, the point is that you know her brother made this, her mother used it for years, and now she has it, and it's just a good feeling all around because you know she loved the both of them, or loves them, and it's just a nice thing to do and to have. So guys, I hope that you get a chance to do things like this for your loved ones, no matter who they are, and I think it's a good opportunity to learn things. So anyway, have a good one. Bye. Well, looks like I made just as big a mess as Bullseye did with the planer, so I can't blame him for the whole thing. So I guess I'm gonna do some cleaning up here, and because like I say, I do want it cleaned up when I go to put that tractor back together. Maybe we'll throw this right into the fire. Well guys, you can see we haven't really gotten any ice that's on the ground because the ground was warm from the past couple of days. But the hemlock is sagging pretty well. You can see that one over there's another one here. That one down in there is sagging pretty hard. So anyway, it's sort of melting slowly. I just wish we'd get some sunny days. I've really had it with this rainy weather. I feel like I live up in rainforest somewhere. The white pine over there is covered with a lot of ice. I hope nothing happens to that. I've been saving that thing for quite a few years. I want to cut that one day and make boards out of that. Something special.